Christian informs me this is Kanye.
Well, that's good to know. Test, check, 1, 2. So you ready?
Yep.
All right. This is your countdown for the Preston Indians pregame show. Pregame in 30 seconds from Mark. As we'll have a good game today, hopefully. And pregame show will start in 15 seconds from Mark. Pregame in 10 seconds from Mark. Have a good game. Pregame show in 5 seconds from Mark. The following is a wholly owned production of Cook Brothers Broadcasting. It's time for Preston Indian Sports. This game is a Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team presentation on FM 105.5 and AM 1340 KACH and on mylocalradio.com. This is the Preston Indian Crumble Cookie pregame show. Coming up, we'll take a look at tonight's game. We'll hear from the coach, look at the pregame stats, all leading up to tonight's action. The pregame show is sponsored by Crumble Cookie, bringing friends and families together over the world's best cookies. You're listening to live coverage of the Preston Indians on FM 105.5, AM 1340, and on mylocalradio.com. And a very pleasant good evening, everyone. Welcome to tonight's broadcast as the Preston Indians come to Pocatello to take on the Pocatello Thunder here at the pit. It's the third time they meet this year. Pocatello has won each of the first 2 games, however, only by a combined total of 6 points. So they have been 2 very well played and 2 very close games between the 2 teams. This is game number 2 of the district tournament, as the winner of this game will move into the district tournament final coming up next week. So it's a big game for both sides. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll have the North Stars Ultimate Outdoor Scene Set. Lyle Fuller will join me as we count our way down to the tip-off on this Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team presentation of Preston Indian basketball on KACH and on mylocalradio.com.
Are you looking to buy or sell a home but confused where to even begin the process? Come to the most trusted and longest established real estate group in Franklin County with Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team.
We've been a proud part of this community since 1979 when my dad, Scott Beckstead, began here in Preston. Since our founding, we've come to know the importance of honesty and promoting a community of giving back. Contact me, Bailey Beckstead, and our team at Beckstead Real Estate for all your real estate needs, buying, selling, or renting.
Crumble Cookies, the nation's fastest growing cookie company, is here in the Cache Valley, offering freshly baked cookies for carryout, delivery, or curbside pickup. Just download the Crumble app or visit their website.
Folks have many reasons to visit Casper, Wyoming every year, whether it's work, high school sports and activities, a romantic getaway, or business meetings. The best place to stay when you're in Casper is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. A beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, a pool, fitness center, and a fabulous indoor atrium. You can also reserve meeting rooms for your next event, and each stay includes an extended continental breakfast. Reserve your rooms today at the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper, Wyoming. Call 307-472-6300.
Since 2005, North Star's Ultimate Outdoors has been Cache Valley's source for fun and adventure. It's here you can find the biggest selection of snowmobiles, ATVs, utility vehicles, and handheld power equipment from the brand names you know, such as Steel, Polaris, and Yamaha. The professionally trained staff at North Star's Ultimate Outdoors of Preston has what it takes to get you out on the nation's leading brands. The best deals in the best town. North Star's Ultimate Outdoors. It's where the fun starts. 777 North State Street, Preston. And welcome back here to the Crumble Cookie pregame show. Crumble Cookies bringing friends and family together over the world's best cookies. Time for the North Star Ultimate Outdoor scene set for tonight. Find them on State Street at the north end of the city of Preston. Lyle Fuller, you get together in a game like this, it's game number 23 on the year, but the first 22 don't matter when it comes to this game.
No, exactly right. Great to be here. What a great night for college hoops, high school hoops, college too somewhere else. Here at the pit in Pocatello, these teams know each other well. They played twice this year, as you mentioned, and Pocatello came away the victor both of those times, but neither one were blowouts. The game up here and the game in Preston, both the Indians actually had a lead by 8 points in that second half. So I think if you're the Indians, you have to think, we know we can play with these guys. We just have to finish the game better, and we'll be okay.
Don't want to point fingers, but certainly the Indians think that one got away from them in that last game at Preston Gym about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, Preston, had the ball up 2 in that game with about 12, 15 seconds to go, had a turnover. The ball goes back to Pocatello, and then Bowie ends up getting fouled on what certainly Indians fans would say was a very questionable call. He hits all 3 free throws, and Pocatello wins by 1 up there. So, the Indians, I think, will come out ready to go here tonight. Pocatello's kind of had our number the last few years, particularly with Bowie being the sophomore and junior. But that's not to say we can't beat them. I think we certainly can come away with a win here.
They've beaten us 5 times in a row, as a matter of fact, coming into the game here tonight. The one thing that's helping the Indians is they've kind of got their legs back under them, so to speak, from the outside shot. That game at Preston Gym, they went 1 for 16 from behind the arc.
Yeah, you're not going to beat very many, even mediocre teams, shooting 1 for 16 from 3, much less what's either the second or first best team in the state in terms of 4A teams. So, Pocatello's, I think, 20-1 or 21-1 on the season for a reason. They're a good team. But the Indians are a good team, too. I'm looking forward to a real spirited battle, and I think a close game down the stretch here.
So Pocatello has beaten the Indians in 31 of the 50 meetings dating back to 2006. Let's see if the Indians can get back on that winning side here tonight. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. It'll be time for the Evergreen Financial Coaches Corner chat with Coach Tyler Jones. When you're planning your financial future, trust the experts at Evergreen Financial in Preston. Set your appointment at evergreenfinancialpartners.com. This is a Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team presentation of Preston Indian basketball on KACH and on mylocalradio.com.
People oftentimes ask us, why do people from other areas of the valley or other parts of the state or drive so far to come here? And a lot of times I'll ask them, so why did you drive past several different dealers to come and buy your car here? And a lot of times they say, I just like the environment here. I like the low pressure. They don't play games. You guys are straightforward with me. You don't, trick me into buying something I don't want. We take care of people the way we want to be treated, and so they'll drive a ways to do that.
Bought my first truck from here in 1992 when I was 14 years old, and been buying trucks and a few cars ever since. I'm always referring friends, family, anybody I talk to West Motor Company.
We have a good time here, We have a great team of employees that we encourage them to have fun. Play at work is kind of one of our mottos.
West Motors will treat you like family.
WestMotorCompany.com.
Hi, my name is Penny Wright, born and raised in Preston. I am your local Medicare agent. I am here to give you the knowledge you need so you can make an informed and wise choice for your Medicare needs. Call me at 208-852-2367 if you're turning 65 or have any Medicare questions.
Protecting buyers and lenders in Cache Valley for over 40 years, Northern Title is the trusted name in the tri-state areas of Idaho, Utah, and Wyoming. The staff at Northern Title in Preston protect you from unknown complications like access issues, unpaid taxes, hidden liens, or easement restrictions. Choose the right title company. Choose to close with Northern Title of Preston. Good deeds done daily. Call today at 208-852-5700.
Whether you're in need of timber frame.
It's the goal in everyone's life to reach financial independence and security. Evergreen Financial Partners in Preston can help with strategies to assist in those goals. They will design a plan to suit you, whether it be for your family, home, or current or future investments. Evergreen Financial Partners can help with life insurance, long-term life, 401ks, retirement plans, or mutual funds. Contact the experts at Evergreen Financial and let them put a plan together for you. Find them at 41 West 1st South in Preston, or go online to set your appointment at evergreenfinancialpartners.net. Evergreen Financial Partners, your first step to financial security.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
Welcome back here to the Crumble Cookie pregame show as we step into the coach's corner, and we'll talk to Coach Jones here before we get started from Pocatello. The Coach's Corner interview brought to you by Evergreen Financial. Well, it's funny because you start thinking about questions you're going to ask for this interview, and it really boils down to nothing matters except what happens on the floor tonight.
Yeah, you work all season, for these games, for these moments, and we're in a great situation tonight. We're playing. We won our first district game. We're up here, and if you win tonight, you're in the championship, and you get to play it on your home court. So there's a lot at stake tonight, and we're also playing against a team that's 20-1 and a very good basketball team, and who has a really good player and a lot of good guys. So. Going to be a tough task. It's going to come down to who wants it more and who's going to do the little things, I think, to get the win tonight.
For the Indians, they have to be able to think positive. They've played these guys twice. Yes, they've lost twice, but by a total of 6 points.
Yeah, both games were, we led in the fourth quarter in both games. We led the majority of both of the games. So, we should be confident. We know we're right there. We just got to fix. Little things that have kind of hurt us all season, turnovers, and tonight you need every point you can get, and those free throws, hopefully we can look back after the game tonight and we hit enough. So little things like that will go a long way tonight.
I was looking back at both the numbers from both of those games that we've played against Pocatello this year, and for neither side really the numbers jump off the sheet.
No, and I thought. We battled. I thought our effort was really good last time, but we left a lot out there as well. We offensively we didn't shoot the ball real well. We only hit 1 3-pointer. So there's lots of things we can do better, and it's going to take everybody tonight. It's a play here, a play there, and if you can give us everybody gives a little, it'll go a long way, and hopefully we're there in the end and have a chance to win tonight.
The coaches have called the Pocatello second and Preston third the whole year in their poll, and looking at the numbers, it really is that close. I mean, turnovers were even, rebounds were even. They outshot us by about 7 or 8 shots in the first meeting, but other than that, it's been close all the way along.
Yeah, no, it's, and again, we've talked about it before. It's 2 really good basketball teams, number 2 and number 3 in the state in 4A, and unfortunately, as it is, still only one of us is going to make it. And so all you can do is play who you can and play your district games, and whoever makes it's going to be really well prepared and in a good spot. But we have to beat them to make it, and we're going to do all we can tonight to give us the best chance.
Come down with any new revelations how to slow Bowie down?
He's so good. You talk about doing a lot of things, but whether you can do it or not is another thing. He just, great players make great plays, and fourth quarter he took over both times we've played and made tough shots. we held him to 7 for 22 last game. And that's pretty good percentages, but we've got to hope that we can, again, not give him the easy ones to get him going, because he can really go off in a hurry. Try to limit him as best we can, but if we can take away other guys too, then if he scores 30 and nobody else does much, then we're going to be there too. So
I think we have an advantage inside the matchup between Hess and Ontiveros. I think we come out on top there.
Definitely, and that's where we believe our advantage is, and we've got to get him the ball early, and Tate's got to go quick and strong, and other people got to move without the ball. And if they start doubling him, if other people can step up and hit shots, that'll help too.
Well, we appreciate your time, and look forward to the game coming up here in just a few minutes from here at the pit.
All right, this is fun, right? Great time of year, and we're going to give it our best shot.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Tyler Jones with us here on the pregame show. We'll take a timeout. Back with more right after this.
Calling all cookie lovers. Crumble, the nation's fastest growing cookie company, has fresh new flavors weekly. Until Saturday, enjoy mouth-watering specialty flavors and warm chocolate chip cookies made fresh daily. Crumble is open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. weekdays, 8 a.m. to midnight on Friday and Saturday, and are closed on Sundays. Savor the flavors before they're gone. Order today.
Hey ladies, when you're looking to freshen up your wardrobe, there is no need to travel to the big city shopping centers or the dreaded mall. Stay local and head to Magnolia Road in downtown Preston. They offer great prices on the cutest tops, bottoms, sweaters, shoes and boots, and other accessory items. And best of all, everything is size inclusive from small to 3XL. When you shop local, everything you spend stays right here in Preston and Franklin County. Magnolia Road, 27 South State Street in downtown Preston.
When it comes to all things electrical, Sean Carter and the guys at S&T Electrical should always be your go-to crew. With experience in everything from new construction to repairs, service, and new installations, S&T Electrical is professional and friendly in all they do. Your electrical work will be done right. Call S&T Electric today at 208-852-5878.
This is Sean Carter with S&T Electric. It's what we do.
Across the FM airwaves, we're heard at 105.5. On the far-reaching AM dial, we're at 1340. And on the internet at mylocalradio.com. Wherever you find us, we are KACH, Preston, Smithfield, Logan.
It's time for Preston Indian Sports. Today's game is brought to you by Beckstead Real Estate, the real estate experts for Franklin County and beyond. By Crumble Cookie, bringing friends and families together over the world's best cookies. By West Motors, your only stop for newer used cars in Preston and in Logan. By Stokes Market True Value, with the freshest meat and produce in town. By Webb Funeral Home, serving Preston and surrounding communities since 1925. By Ralph's Construction, building new homes in the Blue Sage Park area of Preston. By Franklin County Medical Center, with the finest care you'll find in all of the Cache Valley. By Preston Auto Parts CarQuest, we have all the parts you need to keep your car or truck running strong. By Naylor Insurance, for home, health, life, and auto from Mutual of Enumclaw. By Procon Homes, building quality multifamily homes across the West. By Les Schwab Tire in North Logan. For tires, brakes, shocks, or alignment, there's only one stop. It's Les Schwab Tire in North Logan. By North Stars Ultimate Outdoors. Get ready for your next outdoor adventure at North Stars Ultimate Outdoors in Preston. By Evergreen Financial. When planning your future, trust the experts at Evergreen Financial in Preston. By Level 10 Life. Reach your next level in life with their life coaching sessions. By Farm Bureau Insurance, the Smith Agency. Don't leave the things that matter to chance. Call Farm Bureau Insurance, the Smith Agency today. By Northern Title, the trusted name in the tri-state area. Good deeds done daily at Northern Title. And by Papa J's Deli and Jerky in Clifton. This broadcast is made possible through an agreement between Preston Broadcasting, LLC, and Preston High School Athletics, and is a production of Preston Broadcasting, LLC. This game is intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or reproduction of this broadcast without the express written consent of Preston Broadcasting, LLC is strictly prohibited. And welcome back here to the pit at Pocatello High School as tonight the Preston Indians square off against the Pocatello Thunder. Dan Hubbard here along with Lyle Fuller, John Beverly back in the studio as these two teams square off for a right to go play in the district championship coming up next week. Lyle, we've talked about the pregame show, how the two games so far between these two teams have been very, very close and very competitive. But it comes right down to the end, and Preston needs to be able to control that last few minutes of the game.
Yeah, boy, right down there at the end, just some of those little things that Coach Jones talked about in that pregame. You got to hit some free throws, and you have to take care of the ball, and those are huge. You got to box out, which is kind of a little thing that's a big thing. You got to keep them off the offensive glass. So, things like defense, hustle, free throw shooting, all those should travel, as they say, when you go on the road. And, those are what help you grab those road wins. So the Indians will need to be sharp tonight. They'll need to play with maximum effort, which I think they have all year. They've played with great effort all year. But, you come out and you have to play with all-out heart, passion, and effort to try to grab a win on the road here.
Julian Bowie was the Conference Player of the Year last year, finished second to Isaac Davis for State 4A Player of the Year last year, and certainly challenging for both of those honors again this year. He is the guy you have to be able to locate and stop.
Yeah, without a doubt, one of the best players in the state, as we've talked about 6'3", already strongly built, can jump out of the gym, can shoot threes from Steph Curry range out there. But, I think Cam Hobbs probably draws the initial assignment on Bowie in the man-to-man. And as Jones mentioned, made him go 7 for 22 last time we played, forced him into, a pretty tough shooting night percentage-wise. And that's what you hope to do. Just make it hard on him. Don't give him the easy stuff, and hope he doesn't have one of those extraordinary nights.
You never want to count on Russ this deep into the season. They've played 21 games already. However, it's been a week since they played Century in their final game of the regular season. It's been 2 weeks since they played at Preston. They've played one game in the last 14 days.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. On the one hand, maybe they're able to rest up a little bit from some of those end-of-season little nicks and little minor ankle sprains and things like that. But on the other hand, there's nothing like a game itself, not just practice, but an actual game to keep you game ready and game sharp. So it'll be interesting to see how they come out, if they're a little rusty at the start or not.
All right, let's take a look at your players of the game, or I should say your keys to the game, brought to you by Naylor Insurance.
Well, we talked about a couple of them. We're going to have to hit some three-pointers, I think, to come out of here with a win tonight. Got to be better on the free throws. Looking back at the previous game against Pocatello, the Indians went 7 for 17 from the free throw line. So in a one-point loss, they definitely left some points there at the line. Some of those were front ends of 1-and-1s as well that could have given another free throw attempt. But so again, rebound, try to contain Bowie, and then hit a few shots, timely moments, and I think the Indians will be in a good position here.
Naylor Insurance brings you our keys to the game for home, health, life, and auto from Mutual of Enumclaw. Stop by and find out how much you can save at 223 North State Street in Preston. Starting lineups and the opening tap coming up from here in Pocatello. That's on the way next.
We all have those times in life where having insurance has been a great comfort in helping to make a bad situation better. Naylor Insurance takes pride in being that friend there to help you when you need it the most. Serving the community since 1978, Naylor Insurance is proud to represent a number of carriers to fit your insurance needs through Mutual of Enumclaw. Stop by our new location, 223 North State Street in Preston.
In 1996, my father, Jay Moyle, started producing gourmet beef jerky in the foothills of Clifton, Idaho. Now, over 20 years later, Papa Jay's beef jerky is a staple of the Franklin County community. Family run since the beginning, the modern way of making jerky here at Papa Jay's is the old-fashioned way. Absolutely no shortcuts are taken in producing the finest quality and most delicious smoked meat you can find. Come over to Papa Jay's and bite into a tender, flavorful stick of Papa Jay's, and your view of jerky will never be the same. 1010 South Main Highway, Clifton, Idaho.
People oftentimes.
Folks have many reasons to visit Casper, Wyoming every year, whether it's work, high school sports and activities, a romantic getaway, or business meetings. The best place to stay when you're in Casper is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. A beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, a pool, fitness center, and a fabulous indoor atrium. You can also reserve meeting rooms for your next event, and each stay includes an extended continental breakfast. Reserve your rooms today at the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper, Wyoming. Call 307-472-6300.
Webb Funeral Home is proud to be the leading provider of funeral services in northern Cache Valley, including southeast Idaho, for almost 100 years. We are a full-service mortuary offering the highest quality services with very affordable pricing. We have plans to meet everyone's budget, from traditional funeral services to graveside services and cremation options. We gladly provide free insurance coverage review, quality headstones and monuments, as well as funeral transcriptions. Let us answer any questions you might have by calling us at 208-852-0533. Webb Funeral Home, a trusted name in funeral service since 1925.
It's time to meet tonight's starting lineup for the Preston Indians. The starting lineup is brought to you by Webb Funeral Home, a trusted name in funeral service since 1925.
Cam Hobbs, Senior, Franklin, Idaho.
Cade Lords, Senior, Preston, Idaho.
Will Hamblin, Senior, Riverdale, Idaho.
Drew Jones, Jr., Preston, Idaho.
Tate Hess, Senior, Preston, Idaho.
To find out how Webb Funeral Home can be of service to you in your time of need, call 208-852-0533 or check out their website at webbmortuary.com.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Well, they're announcing the Preston starters out on the floor. You already know who they are for the 23rd time this year. It's the same starting 5 for the Indians. Hobbs, Jones, Hamlin, Lords, and Hess.
Four seniors and a junior. Drew Jones, the lone junior.
Now they'll start to announce the starting lineups here for the Pocatello Thunder. There's a big crowd here, Lyle. I think about half the city of Preston has made the trip on their way over here, as the south sideline, the stands in front of us, probably just about 100% full. Preston even brought a bus over with about 35 or 40 students on it this evening.
Yeah, and I see even more. I bet there's 50-plus students there. Great showing from the Preston community here in the pit tonight.
Here's the starters for the Pocatello Thunder, as it'll be Julian Bowie, Crew Hales, another solid player, Kessler Vaughn, who nicked up an ankle a little bit in that game against Century a week ago, but he looks okay in the pregame warmups. Parker Smith will start today, and the 6'10" center, Gage Ontiveros from down the way of Burley. Here's something for you to consider. What does Julian Bowie mean to this team, Lyle? Well, they have 20 wins this year. They had 23 last year. And for the first time since before 2009, they've had 20-win seasons back-to-back.
Yeah, boy, no coincidence. Now, Coach Green has built a really good program here, but then Bowie comes along and kind of helps him take it to the next level. And, there's been a lot of games this year where Bowie's been up in the high 20s and the 30s, scored half or more of the Pocatello Thunder's points. So he's definitely the main guy for the Thunder. We'll see if the Indians can slow him down a little bit.
So here we go. Teams are out center. Preston wearing their road grays tonight. Pocatello in their home whites. Preston will go from right to left here in the first half as Ontiveros controls the opening tap backwards to Julian Bowie in the backcourt. Gives it off to Kessler. Into the left corner, it goes over there, goes to Smith, back out top to Bowie again. Bowie into the corner, Hales drives the baseline from the left side, puts it up and in. So Kuru Hales gets the opening bucket for both sides, and it's 2-0 Pocatello here in the first quarter.
And it was Hobbs that drew the initial assignment on Bowie in the man-to-man.
Jones has it, double teamed along the left sideline, gets loose, brings it back across the top. Has it to Lords on the angle right. Bounce it out to Hess at the top of the key as he holds onto it there. He'll give it back to Jones now. as Vaughn comes back out to defend him. Ontiveros way out of the paint to also try to pick up the ball as it comes to Hobbs in the paint. Back outside as they get it over to Jones in the corner. His three to beat the clock is no good. It's stripped away by Smith, and a foul in the backcourt committed by the Indians. It's going to go against Hobbs.
Yeah, Hobbs going after the loose ball, had some contact there. Indians barely got that shot off with 1 second to go on the shot clock, so a little bit rushed, but Jones' shot went down and came back out.
The one thing Pocatello has done in each of the first two games is they come out and they pressure the ball way out beyond the three-point line. There's Bowie down low with the easy layup. 4-0 Pokey.
Yeah, Pocatello 2 shots kind of right at the rim, first 2 possessions. Indians got to get in that defensive stance and slide those feet.
Hobbs on the angle right, holds it there. Comes to Lords, who stumbles for a moment as Smith comes to pick him up. He gives it back to Hobbs again at the top of the key. On the left side, it comes to Jones. Jones brings it back to the top, bounce it down low into Hess in the paint. Tate turns. His little jumper is no good. It's held there by Lords and Ontiveros, but that ball's going to go to the Indians on the alternating possession rule.
Good hustle. Lords keeps the possession alive. I like the move by Hess, and he just barely missed it. About 4-footer.
As they get it into Hess, back just outside the three-point line. Vaughn kind of reached in and tapped it away, and then Smith got a hand on it and deflected out of bounds.
Yeah, I think if Ontiveros is going to play Hess way out 22 feet from the basket, Tate should just drive the ball. He's quicker than Ontiveros.
The Pocatello defense is based a lot on reach.
Yep.
And they'll reach in and try to strip the ball away a lot, and that's where the officials are going to come in, if they're going to allow them to do it or not.
Yeah, that'll play a big part.
Hobbs wants to drive the right baseline. Gets cut off there by Smith. His pass across is intercepted by Ontiveros in the paint. To Bowie, back up in the front court. It comes to Hales. He holds it there, gives it back to Bowie. Bowie wants to drive the baseline, put it up and in.
Look at a 30-second timeout here.
Indians want a timeout. They trail 6-0. We'll be right back on this Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team presentation of Preston Indian basketball on KACH and on mylocalradio.com.
Protecting buyers and lenders in Cache Valley for over 40 years, Northern Title is the trusted name in the tri-state areas of Idaho, Utah, and Wyoming. The staff at Northern Title in Preston protect you from unknown complications like access issues, unpaid taxes, hidden liens, or easement restrictions. Choose the right title company. Choose to close with Northern Title of Preston. Good deeds done daily. Call today at 208-852-5700.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
So Preston trails 6-0 on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. And they have the ball out of the timeout. See if they can get on the board here as Hobbs takes it all the way down into the right corner. Back outside as it comes to Hamlin. Back over on the left side to Jones. And a foul inside as Ontiveros is holding Hess.
Hess cut across the lane, tried to establish low block position. Easy for me to say. Ontiveros pushing him from behind.
Remember the last game in Preston, Ontiveros was in all kinds of foul trouble, and they pass inside to Lords. He gets the layup and the foul. As the foul is going to go on Parker Smith. So Lords can cut the lead in half here if he can complete the three-point play as he goes to the free throw line. And he makes the free throw. And it's 6-3 now as it comes to Bowie as he brings the ball back up the court. 2.5 minutes into the quarter number one. Vaughn has it on the right wing just in front of the Preston bench. Get it down to Bowie. Tries to turn and face up on Hobbs. Now he'll elevate. Little short jump shot. That's no good. And the rebound inside to Hess, who was falling down and had no place to go with the ball, so had no choice but just throw it out of bounds.
Yeah, I thought he had a guard for the outlet, and then that opportunity closed up. They could have called Ontiveros over the back on that rebound, but they didn't. Second turnover of the game here for the Indians.
So it comes into Vaughn. Get it into Ontiveros in the corner. It goes to Hales, a three. That's no good. And inside, Hess with the rebound. I think that's on Ontiveros.
Yep.
Yes, it is. That's 2 on him. Not quite 3 minutes into the game. So good box out by Hess, and Ontiveros, the young sophomore learning the game, still a little bit too aggressive.
One of the hardest things for a big man is to learn how to play inside without fouling.
Ontiveros goes to the bench. Here's a three-pointer from the corner put up by Hamlin. That's no good. And it's tapped out of bounds. It'll go back over to Pocatello. So Swigert comes in to replace Ontiveros, Mason Swigert, who in the 2 games against Preston combined has a total of 4 points.
Now they list him at 6'4", so Hess should have a height advantage there.
Comes to Smith, kick it back in the corner to Hales on the left side, wants to drive. Finds a little crease in the defense and then sneaks through and gets the layup. So it's 8-3 on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard as Hobbs back up in the front court. All the way down on the right block, puts it up, it goes off the side of the backboard, swing it back outside. Jones from the top of the key for 3 is too long. It goes off the top of the shot clock and falls in. No basket, out of bounds.
Unfortunately, it went in, doesn't count.
Yeah, the Preston student section, which is growing as we speak, they got kind of excited when that ball fell in.
Right.
So here's Vaughn with it out near the timeline. He'll hold it there as Jones comes up out on him. Bounce it inside as it comes to Smith at the elbow. Three-pointer from Bowie. No good. Jones able to chase it down to the corner, flips it to Hobbs as he saves it onto the floor, weaves his way through a triple team into the front court. It comes to Hamlin. Hamlin inside to Hobbs. He's wide open. Layup left-handed, good. Eight 8-5 now as Preston trails by 3 again. Swigert into the front court. As it comes there, Vaughn wants to drive, gets cut off, and travels.
Drew Jones slid his feet that time, cut off the drive. Great job.
Of course, going on in Boise right now, the West Side girls are in action. They are playing the Melba Mustangs, the number 1 seeded team in the state tournament. We'll try to keep you updated the best we can with scores. If you want to hear that game, it's live on KACH right now. Hamlin to Jones. Jones out top. Vaughn pops way out on him. Comes to Hobbs along the right sideline. Lob it down on the right block as it comes to Hess. Hess is double teamed. Smith trying to at least body up on him. Put it up and in! Hess got the shooter's bounce and it fell in. He'll go to the free throw line with 3:05 to play, and if he makes it, he'll secure a tie.
Yeah, good find by the Indians working the low post mismatch there. Of course, the first game up here, Dan Hess had a tremendous game.
He sure did, as the free throw is no good. And it's tapped there as Swigert somehow managed to keep it on the floor as it comes to Contreras onto the floor. Contreras to Swigert, wants to drive, gets his shot partially blocked. Bowie has it up in the air. Little short jug, buddy. That's no good from the right block, and it comes down to Hobbs. Hobbs quickly back up in the front court, runs into Bowie with no call. Crosses over, tries to get away there from Rogers. Now it comes back out to Jones again. As Cruz Harris into the game for the first time. He stumbles, loses the ball, comes to Swigert, and it's blocked by Hess on the left side. As it comes down to Jones, quickly back up into the front court. 2:20 to play, Preston down by a point. Lords spins from the left elbow, tries to go down low, back to Hess. And the ball off of Hess's hands and goes out of bounds.
Yeah, too bad. Good idea. Hess probably scores that layup if he can catch it cleanly. So the Thunder will inbounds.
They get it to Contreras. Contreras to Swigert. Back to Contreras, a three-pointer from the left corner. That's no good. Hobbs with good position has the rebound as he boxed out well to get in front of Rogers. Has it back down into the paint. Kick it back outside to Jones. It comes to Lords right down the middle. Down to Harris. Lay it up and in. Preston has their first lead of the game at 9-7.
Great find by Lords, kind of playing that point forward role.
And up into the front court and a foul as Preston knocked the ball away.
That's on Hobbs. It'll be 2. Yep, number 3, Cam Hobbs. That'll bring Caton Larson in. 1:37 to go. Hobbs can't believe it. He says, I was in the zip code, but it wasn't me.
So Hobbs is going to come to the bench. That's not an argument he's going to win. That's 2 on him and 2 on the team. Pocatello with 4 team fouls so far. Contreras drives, kick it back to Bowie for 3. No good. High rebound. It's Harris to pull that one down. Bowie with 4 points here in the first quarter, but he's missed on his last 3 shots. Yep. Jones gets it back across the timeline. 1:15 to play in the quarter. Preston leads 9-8 down to Hess. Nobody there with Ontiveros sitting on the bench, and Hess has an easy layup.
That's offensive foul. Good
Vaughn
grief.
throws his body into a couple of different players, loses the ball, now gets it back in the left corner, drives the baseline, put it, no good. Rogers with the rebound inside and a holding foul against the Indians, their third of the quarter.
All right, I'll try not to complain about every call that doesn't go the Indians' way, Dan, but so far it's not going the Indians' way with the refs here.
That's going to go on Cade Lords. That's his first, team's third. Vaughn to bring it in at the baseline front court. He lobs it into Bowie just outside the 3-point arc. He'll rise from there. That one's short as the rebound is there. It's going to go off the foot of Hess and out of bounds.
Hess had partially secured that rebound, then got knocked out of his hand.
Yep. Hales and Rogers kind of collapsed on it and stripped it away. Comes back into Bowie. 45 seconds to go in the quarter, 29 on the shot clock. Comes to Hales in the right corner. Wants to shoot, doesn't. Kick it back outside. Vaughn will now weave his way down the middle, runs into Lords, and Lords ties him up, but it's going to stay with Pocatello.
Second held ball of the game caused by Cade Lords.
20 seconds on the shot clock, 34 on the game clock left here in the first. Vaughn will lob it way out near the timeline to Bowie as Bowie stands there. Larson on him, wants to drive, elevates over him. That's off as well as the rebound is loose. It comes back to Hales, put it up and in.
Two Preston Indians there. Neither one come down with a rebound. You got to secure that ball. Be strong.
So it comes to Jones. 14 seconds to go in the quarter. Dribbles behind the back to get away from Vaughn. Up into the front court. He'll pull it back out. 7-6 on the clock with 5. He drives, has it stripped away. Comes to Hess. You got to go up with it. He's not going to get it off, and he doesn't. Can't get the shot off, but Preston will lead by a point as we go to the second quarter. After 1, it's Preston 11, Pocatello 10 on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. We'll be right back.
Whether you're in need of timber frame buildings, estate entrances, trusses, pergolas, pavilions, or gazebos, the craftsmanship at Milestone Timberworks reflects our passion and commitment of building for the future. At the beginning and end of the day, it's about achieving the built environment where the truly great moments in life are experienced. We look forward to working with you. Visit milestonetimberworks.com today.
There's no better family activity than a night out at the movies. Worm Creek Opera House Theater on State Street in Preston is your local home for first-run family movies. The historic theater offers top-flight comfort, the coolest refreshments, and quality entertainment, all at family prices. Stop by the Worm Creek Opera House at 70 South State Street in downtown Preston. For tickets, showtimes, and a list of upcoming attractions, go to wormcreek.org.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
And this weekend at the Worm Creek Theater, you can see Ant-Man. Drop by and check out a great movie. For more information about Worm Creek showtimes and tickets, go to their website, wormcreektheater.org. Preston has the ball and the lead to start the second quarter. As it comes to Harris, has his pass deflected and it goes out of bounds. It should stay with the Indians. As Hales got a hand on the pass, they tried to look down low to Harris, but they couldn't get the pass there.
Yeah, Harris and Caden Larson both in the game here. The Indians go about 7 deep, with two main subs in.
Get the ball into Lords. Jones will come to meet the ball out near the timeline. Vaughn on him, bounce it to Harris on the angle right. Goes around his defender, goes high off the glass, no good. Tips the belt, no good again. Swaggart pulls down the rebound on the second attempt. Ahead to Hales. Back to Swaggart, top of the key, wants to drive, spins in the paint, can't get a shot. Back up to Hales for three. Good.
Boy, tough luck for Cruz Harris last time down. He had 2 shots right at the rim that just would not quite fall.
Hales has 9 here in the first.
There's a good pass.
Bad down low. Hess lay it up and in.
Hess ought to go ahead and dunk that. Yeah, easy layup for Hess on a good entry feed.
I was about to say that Hales has 9 already here in the game. He had 8 last time out against the Indians in the second game. As Bowie drives, and he fouled on his way to the basket.
Bowie weaving his way through traffic, but the Indians were kind of standing there with their hands up. I thought pretty good defense.
Fouls on Harris, each side now with 4 team fouls. And Julian Bowie will go to the free throw line. Bowie makes the first. To say he's nothing short of consistent would be an understatement. He had 26 in the first game against the Indians and 26 in the second.
Do you know what he's averaging on the year by chance?
They don't post stats, so no. I know he had a high point game again of about 40 earlier in the year. He makes both free throws. And Pocatello's regained the lead now at 15-13. Hamlin goes down in the right corner as it goes to Jones. Whips it across the court as it comes over to Larson. Larson comes back to Jones, now over on the right side. In the right corner, back to Hamlin again. Tried to bounce it inside to Harris. He receives the pass, goes to the basket. Offensive foul.
So Cruz Harris, a little bit of a tough start here. He scored 17 points as our leading scorer against Pokey in the game at home.
As he drove, they collapsed from 4 different corners, and he drove right into the middle of it.
Yeah.
So 15-13, Pocatello on top on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. Bowie, top of the key, crosses over on Larson. Jump stop into the paint, put it up and in.
He gets so high on that jumper, it's just hard to contest.
17-13, as Larson gets it back up into the front court here for the Indians. They look back at Jones to get the play that they need. Lob it inside to Hess. Hess thought he was going to get fouled, but basically threw it to himself off the backboard and then got it back and put it in.
We'll give him a rebound and a made basket on that one.
Why not? Here comes Bowie again. Free throw line. Can't go up as he gets tied up. Kicks it back to Zweigert outside. Offensive foul. Yep. As Vaughn used the off arm to push away.
That's the same play I complained about earlier. They didn't call. That time they got him. He drives into the lane and just football shoves him with the off arm.
So that's 5 team fouls now on each side. Vaughn has his first. And Preston can get even with a hoop here with 5:36 to play in the second quarter. As Larson for 3. Good! Preston regains the lead. Caden Larson with his first points tonight as he buries a 3. Here comes Bowie driving all the way. Gets cut off, wanted to dunk it, ended up missing the layup. Hess with the rebound, gives it to Jones into the front court. Hamlin a 3 from the right corner. Good! And Pocatello needs a timeout as they went from 4 up to 4 down in the blink of an eye. 5:05 to play in the quarter on this Bailey Beckstead real estate team presentation of Preston Indian basketball. This timeout is brought to you by Magnolia Road. Ladies, remember to stop by. You can update your look at 27 South State Street in Preston. Calling all cookie lovers. Crumble, the nation's fastest growing cookie company, has fresh new flavors weekly. Until Saturday, enjoy mouth-watering specialty flavors and warm chocolate chip cookies made fresh daily. Crumble is open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. weekdays, 8 a.m. to midnight on Friday and Saturday, and are closed on Sundays. Savor the flavors before they're gone. Order today.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Les Schwab Tire in North Logan. Drop by and see them. They are your one stop for brakes, alignment, tires, and more. 1986 North Main Street in North Logan. 21-17, Preston leads. They got to go back to the bench, and Ontiveros will be back in at the next dead ball.
Well, strength of a couple made threes in a row by the Indians. They go up 4.
Bowie inside in the paint, wants to double back on Larson, no good. Zweigert with the rebound down low, gives it back to Rogers, and Rogers with a little short jumper makes it 21-19.
Indians have really been hurt by offensive rebounding by Pocatello here.
Hamlin to Lords down low, get it back outside to Hamlin again. He's going to load up for another 3. That's no good. As Bowie tapped it to Vaughn. They'll come back the other way, 2-on-3. You got to cut off the ball. Vaughn all the way draws the foul as if we started to go up, and then he jumped backwards into Jones. So Jones will draw the foul. That's 6 now on the Indians. They're out of fouls with 4.5 left in the quarter. As Jones is talking to the referee and trying to figure out exactly what he did wrong. So Vaughn at the free throw line. First one is good. Kessler with his first point tonight. He was held to just 2 in that last game a couple of weeks ago at Preston. And had 6 in the first meeting. Go ahead.
Good player, senior guard. Ontiveros back in. Coach Green taking a chance. His big man has 2 fouls already here in the first half.
Vaughn, second one rattles around, will not go down. And Hess has another rebound here for the Indians. Gives it to Larson, who brings the ball back across midcourt. Into the front 47 feet as it comes to Jones. Jones takes it into the left corner, back out top. Larson has it. Fakes, goes to the free throw line. His jumper from there is no good. Ontiveros has good position and grabs the rebound in front of Hess and gives it to Vaughn back up in the front court. Kessler wants to drive, goes back over to Hales. His becomes more of a pass inside to Ontiveros. His shot no good. Tapped around a couple of times. Hess finally controls it, and the Indians have it in a 1-point lead as we're under 4 minutes to play in the quarter. Larson back up into the front court for the Indians. Takes it down on the angle right, holds it up over his head, bounce it into Hess. On from the right block, little turnaround hook shot is good.
Right up and over the 6'10" Ontiveros. Great job, Hess.
Little imitation there of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and his little sky hook.
Yeah, baby sky hook.
Bowie loses it, picked up by Vaughn. Vaughn has it at the right elbow, will back up, try to get a three-pointer, now gets it back to Bowie, now back to Vaughn. This time he will take the 3. It's an air ball, and long rebound is controlled there by Hamlin for the Indians. They give it to Larson as they get it back up into the front court. Preston's up by 3, 23-20 on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. Back over to Jones on the angle left. Bounce it inside to Hess. Hess turns. Good position inside. A little strong. Rebound comes back to Lords. Lords has it blocked. And a foul. They're going to call the foul on Lords? Yes, they are.
Lords is lying on the ground, and Ontiveros trips over him. And it's a foul. Oh, well.
Unbelievable call. Lords draws his second foul.
We'll put that in the tough call category right there.
Ontiveros knocks Lords down and then trips over him and gets called for and they call the foul on Lords.
That being 7, so Ontiveros will get a 1-and-1 trip to the line here. Big call. Had they called that on Ontiveros, that's his 3rd.
Ontiveros had 18 in the game here against Preston, the first meeting. Because of foul trouble, was held to only 2 points in the game at Preston 2 weeks ago. Does not have a point yet tonight, and he misses the front end of the 1-and-1. So Preston remains up by 3 with 2:45 to play. Jones gets it into the front court. Comes down the left side, gives it there to Larson. Larson will bounce it to Hess as he steps just outside the three-point arc. Gets it back to Larson, wide open for the layup. That's a great backdoor look.
Tate Hess, a willing passer out of that high post. Good find.
They have a 5-point lead as Contreras tries to bounce it down low. As the ball bounced up and over the head. That's no easy feat,
right.
But they bounced over the head of Ontiveros and out of bounds.
It looks like Ontiveros will take a seat back on the bench now.
As Zweigert comes back in.
I don't know that Hess has come out of the game for the Indians. I think he's played every minute so far.
I believe he has. 2:15 to play here in the first half. Jones on the right side. Cruz Harris back into the game here for the Indians. Has it in the right corner. Trying to muscle his way through traffic. Gets it outside to Larson, who takes a three. That's no good. Harris almost had the rebound, but instead it's Vaughn who quickly bring it up in the front court. It comes back to Parker Smith for the layup. I'm sorry, that wasn't Smith, that was Rogers, my bad.
Rogers, yeah.
So here's Jones back into the right corner. 1:39 to play. Preston still leads by 3, 25-22. Lob it inside to Hess. Hess goes up, puts the ball off the bottom of the rim, but he's going to get fouled by Zweigert.
Yeah, not great spacing between the two post players at first, but then Harris comes out to the free throw line, accepts the pass, a little lob pass into Hess.
So with a minute and a half to play in the first half, Hess can extend the lead as he makes the first free throw. Tonight's game brought to you by Procon Homes, building quality multifamily homes across the West. And by Franklin County Medical Center, with the finest care you'll find in all of the Cache Valley. Hess back to the free throw line. The second one is no good. Zweigert has the rebound. So it's a 4-point lead, 26-22. Look out, you got to get back on defense as they get the ball down low to Rogers, who missed the layup. Here comes Jones with Hales riding his hip all the way into the front court. Hamlin, 3 from the right corner. Good!
Exact same spot he hit one earlier.
29-22. 1:05 to play in the half. Bowie, top of the key. Double teamed there, now wants to drive into the paint, in the middle, throws it up, throws it in, and it counts.
Let's see who they've got. Number 5.
Going to call it on Jones. That'll be his second.
Bowie's strong enough once he gets in there, he can absorb the contact, bounce off the guy, and still shoot it with good touch.
Jones talking to the official.
He's saying that's the exact same thing he missed down there.
He makes the free throw. Bowie has 11 here in the first half. Was about to say Smoot also talking to the official, maybe with a little more enthusiasm.
Yeah, usually you want Jones having that conversation.
So Preston's up by 4, 29-25 on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. 45 seconds to play in the half. Jones, top of the key, gives it to Larson. Look inside, can't go there, give it back to Harris. Wants to back in on Hales. Backs him all the way back in under the basket and then makes the bucket. There's Harris gets on the scoreboard here in the first half. Preston up by 6. Bowie up into the front court. Wants to drive, pulls up, 17 from straight away is good.
A couple baskets in a row from Bowie.
They'll hold on for the last shot here with 14 seconds left. You got to respect Bowie the way he drives, and he stops on a dime and fall-away jumper, and he makes those most of the time.
Yep.
Jones lets a 3 go. No good. Bowie has the rebound with 3, with 2. He lets a 3 go at the buzzer. No good. As Preston will lead by 4, here's we go to the halftime break. It's Preston 31, Pocatello 27 on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard on this Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team presentation of Preston Indian basketball on KACH and on mylocalradio.com. Stay with us. The Level 10 Life halftime report is coming up next.
Level 10 Life provides skilled one-on-one life coaching sessions to help you unlock your next level in life. Our trained professionals specialize in health, life, and career coaching. Book a free consultation today at level10lifecoach.com.
Are you looking to buy or sell a home but confused where to even begin the process? Come to the most trusted and longest established real estate group in Franklin County with Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team.
We've been a proud part of this community since 1979 when my dad, Scott Beckstead, began here in Preston. Since our founding, we've come to know the importance of honesty and promoting a community of giving back. Contact me, Bailey Beckstead, and our team at Beckstead Real Estate for all your real estate needs, buying, selling, or renting.
Crumble Cookies, the nation's fastest growing cookie company, is here in the Cache Valley, offering freshly baked cookies for carryout, delivery, or curbside pickup. Just download the Crumble app or visit their website.
People oftentimes ask us, why do people from other areas of the valley or other parts of the state or drive so far to come here? And a lot of times I'll ask them, so why did you drive past several different dealers to come and buy your car here. And a lot of times they say, I just like the environment here. I like the low pressure. They don't play games. You guys are straightforward with me. You don't, trick me into buying something I don't want. We take care of people the way we want to be treated, and so they'll drive a ways to do that.
Bought my first truck from here in 1992 when I was 14 years old, and been buying trucks and a few cars ever since. I'm always referring friends, family, anybody I talk to West Motor Company.
We have a good time here, We have a great team of employees that we encourage them to have fun. Play at work is kind of one of our mottos.
West Motors will treat you like family.
WestMotorCompany.com.
With over 24 years of building multifamily and commercial projects across the Intermountain West, Procon stands apart as a leader in the custom framing industry, driven by the standard of delivering the highest level of customer service, high-quality work, and integrity. Procon is dedicated to building multifamily and commercial properties that exceed customer expectations. Visit online to see why Procon stands above the rest at buildprocon.com.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
And welcome back to the pit here in Pocatello, where Preston holds a 4-point lead here at halftime. This is the Level 10 Life, halftime report. Reach your next level in life with help from their life coaching sessions. Find out more at level10lifecoach.com. Lyle, I'm not sure if the biggest help for the Preston Indians has been their defense or the bad shooting inside for the Thunder.
Yeah, the Thunder have got a lot of shots at the rim, and Hess has got a block or two and contested some of them, but for the most part, Pocatello's got the shots they've wanted. They just haven't necessarily fallen. On the other side, Preston, they're score 31 in that half, but they left a few points out there as well with some turnovers and a couple of missed free throws and things like that. But overall, certainly can't complain about going into half if they're Preston with a 4-point lead. They've certainly played hard, and they've done it almost the entire time without their starting point guard, Cam Hobbs, who took to the bench with about 4 minutes to go in the first quarter with those 2 fouls. Coach Jones, not wanting to risk it, pulled him, and Caden Larson went the rest of the way in the first half in place of Hobbs.
One thing we talked about early on in the pregame show was that the Preston shooting has improved, and we saw it in the first half. A couple of big threes from Hamlin. I think Jones had one as well.
Yeah, Hamlin had a couple from the corner, and Caden Larson popped one. So 3 made threes, and that really helps open things up for Hess down low. Hess had a really outstanding first half. We talked about it. I don't think he came out of the game. I think he played every minute. So, but he racks up at least 7 rebounds and scored several points as well, as we'll get to. But a great first half there by Hess, and outplayed Oliveros in that half.
31-27, Preston leads on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. We'll come back and look at the stats from the first half right after this.
Whether it's your vehicle, home, business, or even life, protecting the things that matter most shouldn't be left to chance. At Farm Bureau, the Smith Agency, everything that is important to you is important to us. That's why our office and agents are united to protect your future and give you peace of mind today. I'm Brittany Smith. As your local Farm Bureau agents, my husband Braden and I would love to customize and simplify plans that are unique to you and what you care about. Stop in today and see how Farm Bureau can make insurance simple for you.
Protecting buyers and lenders in Cache Valley for over 40 years, Northern Title is the trusted name in the tri-state areas of Idaho, Utah, and Wyoming. The staff at Northern Title in Preston protect you from unknown complications like access issues, unpaid taxes, hidden liens, or easement restrictions. Choose the right title company. Choose to close with Northern Title of Preston. Good deeds done daily. Call today at 208-852-5700.
If you're looking for someplace new as you head into your golden years, look into the tradition of quality designer homes built by Ralph's Construction in the Blue Sage Park area of Preston. Working in Phase 3 now, with Phase 4 starting soon, these homes can be built to a floor plan that you desire, or Ralph's Construction has other options that you're sure to fall in love with. Call today for more information, 435-232-1837. Now is the time to plan for the finest home of your lifetime. Ralph's Construction, 435-232-1837.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Welcome back here at the halftime show. Let's take a look at the first half stats brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance, the Smith Agency. Don't leave the things that matter to you to chance. Call Farm Bureau Insurance, the Smith Agency today at 208-852-2364. For Pocatello in the first half, the hot hand of Julian Bowie finished with 13. Crew Hales also shot it well in the first half. He had 9. Kessler Vaughn had 1. 4 points for Logan Regan and 0 points for Gage Ontiveros for their total of 27 in the first half.
They hit the scoring for the Indians in the first half, Dan. The Indians were up 11-10 at the end of one, so they put 20 on the board in that second quarter to take a 31-27 halftime lead. The Indians go 10 of 18 on 2-point field goals, 3 for 9 on threes, and 2 for 4 on twos. The Indians are led individually scoring in that first half by Tate Hess, who had 11 points, and as I had him for 7 rebounds. Cam Hobbs had 2. Cade Lords had 3. Will Hamblin had 6 on a couple made three-pointers. Cruz Harris came off the bench and scored 4, and Caden Larson came off the bench and scored 5 on a 3 and a 2. So the Indians get 9 points off the bench from Larson and Harris. And Drew Jones, who's one of their leading scorers, actually didn't scratch in that half. No points for Drew, but I expect that he'll come out strong in the second half. So Hobbs sits most of the first half, only gets 1 bucket. Drew Jones, the other starting guard, doesn't score in that first half. Nonetheless, the Indians come out ahead 31-27. You have to be a little bit encouraged by that.
So the second half coming up in just a couple of minutes. We'll take a timeout on this Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team presentation of Preston Indian basketball.
Level 10 Life provides skilled, one-on-one life coaching sessions to help you unlock your next level in life. Our trained professionals specialize in health, life, and career coaching. Book a free consultation today at level10lifecoach.com.
We all have those times in life where having insurance has been a great comfort in helping to make a bad situation better. Naylor Insurance takes pride in being that friend there to help you when you need it the most. Serving the community since 1978, Naylor Insurance is proud to represent a number of carriers to fit your insurance needs through Mutual of Enumclaw. Stop by our new location, 223 North State Street in Preston.
Papa J's World Headquarters in Clifton, Idaho, started on the dream of a man who wanted to give back to his small-town farming community. 20 years later, it's a place renowned for its gourmet beef jerky, deli, and uniquely friendly customer experience. The friendly staff at Papa J's invites you to come in or find them online at papajs.com, where you can have the unique taste of Papa J's beef jerky shipped to you all with a click of a button. Papa J's, world-class jerky in small-town USA. papajs.com.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
Well, getting ready to start the third quarter. Both teams are back out onto the floor. Preston leading 31-27 on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. Not able to find a score for the Westside girls against Melba tonight going on at Bishop Kelly High School. We're scouring the internet and all of our contacts the best we can, but haven't found anything.
Melba, I think, came into that game undefeated.
Right.
Very formidable opponent there for the Lady Pirates, but funny things happen at state.
Yes, they do. They do indeed. So Pocatello has the ball to start the second half. Preston now will go the opposite way. They'll go from left to right across your radio dial here in the second half tonight. Vaughn to Bowie. Try to get it down low as Lord steps in front of Ontiveros. He gets knocked down by Ontiveros, and Preston wants a quick timeout.
Third tie-up of the game that Lords has caused with his hustle, and he left some skin on the floor, I think, doing it.
And with 10 seconds gone in the quarter, Ontiveros is the luckiest guy in the building to not pick up his third foul.
Yeah, that's the second time they could have called Ontiveros for tripping over Lords or getting physical with him, but great job by Lords there. Gets an extra possession for the Indians.
Now we have a score, Melba leading 31-18 at halftime over the Westside Lady Pirates. Remember that game live now on KACH. And if you're listening on mylocalradio.com, We'll have this game on a tape delay basis on KECH after the girls' game is over. So Preston has their first possession here in the second half as Hobbs gets it over to Hamlin. Lob it inside, back down to Hess. Hess gives it back to Hobbs. Missed the layup, a little bit too strong. Ontiveros has the rebound as it comes to Vaughn.
Tough one, he was wide open.
Bowie into the front court, off the hands there of Smith. A little bit too much mustard on that pass as it comes back to Jones as he works against Vaughn to get back up in the front court. Jones bodies up against Vaughn, takes him into the screen there. Pick and roll, no, can't get the ball back inside. Lords has it. Has his pass intercepted there by Ontiveros as he tried to get it down low to Hess. Has it to Bowie into the front court. Bowie runs over him, and it's a blocking foul on Hobbs.
Hobbs thought he was there, and Coach Jones making the off-arm symbol of an offensive foul or push-off, but Hobbs will pick up his third, just not even a minute into the third quarter.
You know, that flopping form of defense has become such a standard. Just stand up and play defense, for crying out loud.
It looks like Caden Larson is off the bench, ready to come in now for Preston.
Ontiveros gives it off to Hales. Missed the layup down low. Last touch by Pocatello. So Larson's going to come back in.
Hobbs, he's lobbying to stay in. He knows he has three, but
so he'll come back to the bench. The way Lords was walking up the floor, I thought he was headed to the bench.
Yeah.
So Cade Larson has the ball back up in the front court here for the Indians. About a minute and a half gone here in the second half. Down low to Hess on the left block. As Ontiveros gets a hand on that pass. Picked up by Smith. Ahead it comes to Hales. He knocks it out of bounds as he couldn't control the pass.
So both teams with 2 turnovers here at the start of the third quarter. A little sloppy. Passes there were a little too soft and lazy for the Indians. You got to snap that ball, snap the wrist, get it in there.
We got guys that can't even run up and down the floor. We got bodies sliding more than they're running here so far. Larson to Jones, top of the key. Looks down the left side. Has to come back and re-corral the ball after he lost it momentarily. There against Vaughn. Goes to Larson on the free throw line, extended left, top of the key, back to Lords. Bounce it inside to Hess. Turns on Ontiveros, off the glass and in. Preston leads by 6, 33-27. Comes into the right corner. Hales dribbles it out of the corner. Gets it back to Smith. Smith goes to Bowie in the left corner. Drives the baseline. Goes up against Hess and draws the foul. Yeah. Hess met him in midair, but he's going to get called for the foul anyway, and that's the first one on tape tonight.
Yeah, Hess had a choice to either give him a layup or a dunk or try to contest. He chose to contest.
Yeah, send him to the free throw line whenever possible. First free throw is good. Tonight's game brought to you by Stokes Market. True value with the freshest meat and produce you'll find not only in Preston, but anywhere in the Cache Valley. It's Stokes Market on State Street in Preston. As Bowie makes them both, gives him a total of 15 in the game, and cuts the lead back down to 4 again. 33-29 on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard.
So Bowie with half of their points, just like we kind of talked about in the pregame.
Larson looks down the left side, bounces the pass down to Jones, has it in the corner. Vaughn comes way out on him, but now Hess has it down on the block against Ontiveros. Turns inside, gets Ontiveros up in the air, dips underneath him and Hales both, and still makes the layup.
Footwork basket there.
6-point lead again for the Indians. Almost 3 minutes gone here in the quarters. Bowie again wants to drive, goes over Lords, no good. Tapped once, tapped twice. That should have been a traveling call on Hales as he bounced off the floor. Back to Bowie as he hits a three.
Another offensive rebound the Thunder come up with. Green trying to argue that he was fouled, but again, Bowie jumps forward when he shoots that three, and Cade Lords is just standing there stationary.
Larson to Jones. Bounce it again inside to Hess. Turns again on Ontiveros. Put it up and in. Ontiveros doesn't want to draw another foul, and Hess taking complete advantage of it. Still a 5-point advantage as Bowie along the left baseline. That shot no good. Hamlin inside for the rebound. It's tied up, but it's going to stay with the Indians. As Hales came over and got hands on the ball and tied it up. So 37-32, Preston leading, 4:22 to play here in quarter number 3. Third quarter tonight brought to you by Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Larson up into the front court here for the Indians. Down to the right side, tried to bounce it down low as the pass took a big bounce and Hess couldn't control it. I'm not sure. Hales may have touched it.
Yeah, I think the Pocatello player altered the flight of the ball there.
Timeout called on the floor here by Pocatello with 4:10 to play. It'll be a full timeout, and this timeout brought to you by Magnolia Road. Ladies, remember to stop by and update your look today. Magnolia Road in downtown Preston. We'll be right back on this Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team presentation of Preston Indian basketball on KACH and on mylocalradio.com. It's always refreshing to shop where you know you'll be appreciated. It's even better to know that you can get everything you need, quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciates every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car or truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in where you'll be treated like a friend. 17 South State Street, Preston.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
And we thank the folks at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Mike Beckstead, he's here at the game tonight. Big Preston supporter.
Yeah.
So a 5-point lead for the Indians, 37-22. Ball belonged to Pocatello out of the timeout. Each team has called 2 and have 3 remaining.
Bowie's gotten very aggressive offensively the last few trips down. Let's see if he tries to get another shot.
He has 18 in the game, lays it off to Smith. Smith lost it, had to go back and get it. Gives it back to Bowie. Free throw line. Goes back over to Vaughn in the right corner. Kessler pulls it back out. Now goes back to Bowie. Down low. Onoveros has it on the right block. His little hook shot is up and in. Those are his first 2 points of the game.
Yeah, that's the best individual play Onoveros has made tonight. Nice little hook over Hess.
Jones up into the front court. Indians still leading by 3. Larson back to Jones in the left corner. Bounce it down low to Hess. Hess on the left block. Gets it back outside. Hamlin looks at a 3. Short. Boy, he missed that by about an inch. Rebound to Hales. Quickly it comes to Bowie up the floor. Reverse layup is good. If you're going to shoot like that, you got to get back on defense.
Yep.
They're going to break him all night long.
Yep.
The lead
sprint back.
The lead is 37-36 for Preston. Jones gets it over to Lords. Lords on the angle left, gets it back to Hamlin. Onoveros pops away out, back outside. Larson looks at a 3, missed as Onoveros had the rebound, knocked away. Yep, they're going to say it was last touch by Onoveros. Lords was there, and knocked it off of Onoveros' hands as Harris will come back in and Hamlin will go to the bench.
Yeah, the baseline official was about 3 feet away. Coach Green was yelling for the other officials to overrule him. Didn't happen. Preston will inbounds under their own basket here.
So Larson will bring it in. Holds it, still holding. Got to get it in. Finally, Lord's able to break loose and come and get it. Give it to Hess. Hess all alone. Vaughn doesn't have a chance to block that shot as Hess now has 19 in the game. 3-point lead again. Back in the front court as it comes to Hales in the left corner. Onoveros has it inside. Bumps once, bumps twice. His shot no good. And Hess has the rebound. Yeah, just because you throw your body into your man doesn't mean they're going to call it.
Yeah, Hess won that individual battle. Great job.
Jones up into the front court. Lords has it. Free throw line extended left. Down low to Jones again on the right block. Has it. Swings it across to Larson. Larson face up against Bowie. Doesn't get the shot. Bounce it inside to Hess. That's a good shot. Hess has his shot blocked by Onoveros. Gets it back. Puts it back up again. No good. Bowie has the rebound this time with 2:05 to play and a foul in the backcourt called on Lords.
Well, just an observation. I don't think they called any fouls on Bowie tonight, but they've sure called a lot of Preston kids that they said fouled him.
You're right. Bowie has 0 fouls in the game. 2:03 to play, 39-36. Hamlin's going to come back in here for Cade Lords, who will go to the bench. Preston leading by 3 on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. Bowie, top of the key. Swigert back in the game. Also Contreras back into the game as well. They give it to Smith. Smith has his shot. May have been blocked by Hamlin as it goes off of the rigging for the backboard.
Yeah, it hit the top of the backboard and went over. Coach Green complaining, but I think it's the right call. The top of the backboard is not necessarily out, but when it goes top and then over, it is out.
So Preston gets the ball back. Larson into the front court. Top of the key. Bowie meets him there. Bounce it to Harris. Free throw line extended right. Bounce it back outside. Back to Larson. Another three. A little bit too long. Going to get the rebound is Rogers there for the Thunder. He comes the other way quickly. Back up into the front court. Goes around Hess. Lay it up. Missed it. There's Bowie for the jam.
Again, another offensive rebound. Fireworks with a jam, but you got to box out. Get a body on him.
The crowd will like it, but they still trail by a point, 39-38. Bounce it to Harris. Harris has it, turns on Zwaggart, wants to drive on Zwaggart. Now we've got a whistle, and what do we got? Holding foul? Yep, foul's going to go against Zwaggart. That'll be his second. And just the first on Pocatello here in the second half. Preston has three as Bowie finally comes out. I think it's the first time he's been out of the game.
Yeah, he'll get just a short break probably through the end of this quarter. Cam Hobbs back in for the Indians.
1:06 to play in the quarter. Lob it into Hess. Hess inside, goes off the glass and in as Onoveros is back on the bench, and immediately they take advantage of it.
Tough shot, high degree of difficulty.
Hess has 21, the lead back to 3. Zwaggart, top of the key, wants to drive, runs into Hess, can't go anywhere with it, so he kick it back outside. Zwaggart at the free throw line, almost overran it. Picks it back up, kick it back outside to Zwaggart, wants to drive against Hess. Blast with the block and the foul.
Tough call again against the Indians. All I can say, that's a tough call. It was entirely clean up high. Whether he got him with the off arm, I don't think so, but the block up high was clean.
So Zwaggart will go to the free throw line. He has yet to score tonight. So as he goes to the line, he'll be looking for his first points. Preston leads by 3, and the free throw is good. So Zwaggart makes the first in tonight's game, brought to you by Preston Auto Parts Car Quest, where they have all the parts that you need to keep your car or truck running strong. 17 South State Street in Preston. Stop in where you'll be treated like a friend. Zwaggart makes them both. Cuts the lead back down to 1 again, 41-40, with 39 seconds to play.
Why should it be anything but a barn burner
exactly.
between these two teams?
5-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Hobbs back to the top of the key to Jones. He'll back it back out. Shot clock down to 20. Jones will hand it to Harris. Harris wants to spin, come down the middle, kicks it back outside to Hamlin in the left corner. Now down to 10 on the clock. Harris driving, spinning in the lane, goes up, gets the foul, but can't get the basket to go down. So Cruz Harris is going to go to the line with 9 seconds left in the quarter, as the foul will go on Zwaggart, and that's 3 on him.
Harris using his just strength and athletic ability.
Bowie back into the game. They're going to bring Larson back in as well. I'm sure that's for Hobbs.
Yep.
As Harris misses the front end of the 2-shot foul. Bowie and Contreras back into the game, as indeed it's Hobbs who comes to the bench. So Harris will try the second. Cruz at the line. Contreras just waiting to sprint the other way as Harris makes the second free throw. He has 3 in the game. Preston leads by 2 as...
I'm not sure what the referee was saying to the...
There was 7 seconds on the clock when they called the foul. Now they put 9 on the clock. Why was that? Why didn't they add 2 seconds before the free throws were shot? That's Bowie elevates for a 3. Good, and gives them the lead. At the end of the quarter, that call by the officials made no sense. Why did they wait so long to put 2 seconds back on the clock?
And then they throw it in, and Bowie takes 3 dribbles before the clock even starts.
So it's 43-42 on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. Preston trails by a point. We'll go to the fourth quarter coming up.
Hi, my name is Penny Wright, born and raised in Preston. I am your local Medicare agent. I am here to give you the knowledge you need so you can make an informed and wise choice for your Medicare needs. Call me at 208-852-2367 if you're turning 65 or have any Medicare questions.
105.5 FM KACH.
Hi, we're Braden and Brittany Smith with Farm Bureau Insurance, the Smith Agency.
We're Preston Proud and Idaho Strong.
Hi, I'm Jan Stone with Northern Title of Preston, and we are Preston Proud, Idaho Strong.
Hi, I'm Bill Chambers from North Stars Ultimate Outdoors, and we are Preston Proud and Idaho Strong.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Larson. I'm with HK Auto, and we are Dayton Proud and Idaho Strong.
We're Preston Proud, Idaho Strong, serving Franklin County and beyond.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
Well, we move on to the fourth quarter. We told you that Julian Bowie had 26 in each of the first two games. He has 25 through 3 tonight.
And a huge three-pointer from about 28 feet at the buzzer there to give Pocatello a 1-point lead as we go into the fourth.
And Pocatello will have the ball to open the quarter along with a 1-point lead. Bowie and Hobbs. They're going to call that on Hobbs. Hobbs was backing up to play defense, and Hales just kind of jumped in behind him, and they call a foul on Hobbs. That's 4.
Preston coaches and fans literally in disbelief. Hobbs in disbelief.
That's the same official who talked to me about fouls that were called the first time these two teams met. So Hobbs goes back to the bench now with 4 fouls. As Larson back on the floor. Bowie stands with the ball, three-point area. Gives it off to Ontiveros. Back to Bowie. He'll elevate for another 3. That's no good. Got to chase it into the bench as Hales falls down. And the ball will belong to the Indians.
Well, the Indians get a first offensive possession here of the quarter. Cruz Harris and Caden Larson both in the game off the bench for the Indians. Drew Jones yet to score in this game as we go into quarter number 4.
Jones looks at a 3. You called it. As he hits a 3, gives Preston the lead back at 45-43. Comes over on the left side. Smith drives the baseline, kick it off to Hales in the right corner, back to Bowie. Down low, Ontiveros in the paint. Gives it back to Hales at the right block, can't get a shot. Back outside to Bowie, and Pocatello wants a timeout. Fourth quarter of tonight's game brought to you by Papa J's Deli and Jerky. We're back right after this on a Bailey Beckstead real estate team presentation of Preston Indian basketball.
In 1996, my father, Jay Moyle, started producing gourmet beef jerky in the foothills of Clifton, Idaho. Now, over 20 years later, Papa J's beef jerky is a staple of the Franklin County community. Family run since the beginning, the modern way of making jerky here at Papa J's is the old-fashioned way. Absolutely no shortcuts are taken in producing the finest quality and most delicious smoked meat you can find. Come over to Papa J's and bite into a tender, flavorful stick of Papa J's, and your view of jerky will never be the same. 10 South Main Highway, Clifton, Idaho.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
All right, Pocatello has the ball after the timeout. 1 minute gone here in the fourth. Bowie, top of the key. Hess comes out to stop him. They double team him. Down low, it goes to Ontiveros. Kick it back in the corner as Vaughn drives the baseline. Back to Bowie. Shot clock violation. They finally called it.
It went to 0. They let him play another 2 seconds.
So Preston with a 2-point lead, 45-43. 6:45 to play here in regulation. Remember, the first 2 games were a combined difference of 6 points. So you got to figure this is going right down to the wire again.
Two very closely matched teams here.
Larson dribbles with it. Bowie on him, top of the key. Comes back to Jones, launches another 3, no good. We got bodies all over the place. The referee says stand up, but down low, the rebound comes to the Indians as Harris has the rebound and put it back in. Basket's good. The foul's on Ontiveros, and that's another one on him. That's 3.
Bruce Harris, tough down there on the boards.
Officials came over and talked to Jones about flopping.
Jones, that's about a 28-footer. Jones attempted as Harris misses the free throw.
As Ontiveros has it after picking up his third foul. Bowie quickly up into the front court. Vaughn has it. Free throw line extended left. Back to Ontiveros, now back to Vaughn. Vaughn bounces it into Ontiveros, wants to back in on Hess. Gets a bump, kick it back outside. Hales for three. That's no good. No, they talk to Jones about flopping. They don't say anything to Hales.
Yeah. And Vaughn and Jones battling for the board, an air ball. Sometimes air balls are the hardest ones to rebound. You just don't expect that.
Preston leads by 4, 47-43. Vaughn to get it in. Holding it. Finally gets it in as it comes into Rogers. Back at the top of the key as he gives it back to Bowie. Back to Rogers on the left side. Hand it back. Zweigert back into the game. Missed the layup. Jones has the rebound there.
Good contest by Hess without fouling.
As Vaughn cuts Jones off as he gets back to the timeline. There's a reach in they don't call. Jones back down the middle. Scoop shot off the glass, no good. Bowie tapped it to Zweigert. Zweigert able to go and chase it down. Now gives it back to Bowie. 5:35 to play. Vaughn in the corner. Dribbles through the paint. Comes back across, gives it to Rogers. Rogers gives it back to Zweigert as he stands there and now dribbles it back up into the three-point area. He gives it back to Bowie. Bowie. Quickly, it goes into the right corner there as it goes back to Rogers. Back to Smith, driving. Has his shot blocked by Hess. Here comes Harris back the other way for the Indians. As he'll get cut off there by Zweigert. Drives down anyway and lays it in. 6-point lead. Another timeout called by Pocatello. 49-43 on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. And the timeout is brought to you by Magnolia Road. Ladies, we look for tops, bottoms, shoes, or boots, or accessory items. Try Magnolia Road, 27 South State Street in Preston. This is a Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team presentation of Preston Indian basketball. We'll be right back. North Stars Ultimate Outdoors is the best provider of power sport vehicles right here in downtown Preston. Vehicles and equipment from brand names that you know and trust, like Steel, Polaris, and Yamaha. Stop in and let us get you ready for your next adventure at North Stars Ultimate Outdoors. It's where the fun starts, 777 North State Street, Preston.
They say the three most important things in life for many people are their faith, their family, and their high school sports. And not necessarily in that order. Advertise where you'll get noticed. Call My Local Radio and become a sports advertiser today.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Tonight's game is brought to you by West Motors, your only stop for new or used cars in Preston and in Logan.
So the Indians on a couple nice plays by Harris go up 6, Dan. I would expect to see Bowie again get very aggressive. Every time the Indians get a lead, Bowie gets more aggressive on offense. We'll see what he's got up his sleeve this time.
49-42. Back over to Rogers on the right side. Comes back. Vaughn wants to drive and lays it in. Got around Harris for the layup.
We'll see when the Indians come back with Hobbs. Those 4 fouls.
We got kids over here on the disco lights turning them on while Preston has the ball. Can't be doing that. Jones gives it back to Larson. Back to Jones.
A little stagnant here.
Lob it inside as it comes to Hess. Just puts it up and missed the layup. Knocked it out of bounds off him. Tried to shoot it up over Smith and didn't get it in.
Coach Jones arguing that he was pushed from behind, but won't get the call.
Remains a 4-point Preston lead. Approaching the midway point for the fourth quarter. 4:10 to play. Bowie, top of the key. Bounce it up inside as it comes there to Smith. Lost it, and Hess takes it away. Preston gets it back with exactly 4 minutes to play. Halfway through quarter number 4 and a 4-point lead. Larson up into the front court. Dribbling against Bowie. Takes it to the right corner. A three-pointer is no good. As Lords is down on the ground in the paint for some reason. And Lords has the ball. They'll call it a held ball, but it's going to stay with Preston.
Coach Jones frantically calling for a timeout to save that possession, but instead of held ball. Now Hobbs will be back in. Larson goes out.
Hobbs comes back now with 4 fouls, as he'll bring the ball in from the baseline. Waiting, got to bring it in, gets it into Hess, top of the key. Hess will give it back to Hobbs, who races out to meet the ball. Working against Vaughn, now back to Hess, now back to Hobbs. Give it to Harris, top of the key. Wants to spin in the middle, runs into Bowie, so get it back outside. Lords has it in the left corner, driving, shoots over Bowie and puts it in!
What a play by Cade Lords, beauty.
He has 5 and the lead is 6. And a whistle and a foul. And called against the Indians. I think they called it against Lords, trying to strip the ball away.
Yeah, let's see, is that his 3rd or 4th?
I got 4, and 4 it is. That's 6 now on the Indians, however, so they're out of fouls for the final 3:22. 51-45 on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. Preston leads by 6. Bowie stands out with the top of the key. Great pass down low to Rogers. Can't get the shot, and in a traveling violation. As they got it to Swigert, and he did a little bunny hop in the pea patch.
Yep. Everybody on the Preston side called the travel for the ref with that little circular hand motion.
So here's Hobbs with it. Comes up into the front court with 3:05 to play in the regulation. Hobbs to Harris, top of the key. Harris lobs it inside to Hess. Oh, gets around his man, gets the hoop and the foul on Parker Smith.
Ontiveros out of the game. The Indians alertly going right to Hess.
It's exactly what they didn't do the first time when Ontiveros had free throw foul problems. So the lead is 8. Stays 8 as Hess misses the free throw. Here comes Bowie back up into the front court. Wants to drive on Hobbs all the way to the basket. Gets bodied by Lords, and Bowie makes the basket.
He says it's on the floor, though. He's calling it on the floor.
Nope, he said he called it good is what he's calling it. He's calling it a blocking foul.
Wow, okay. Well.
So Bowie, now with 27 in the game, that's his new season high against Preston, can extend that here. 53-47, lead down to 6. Larson will come back in for the Indians as Lords will go back to the bench. In fact, Lords just fouled out. That was 5 on him.
Lords all hustle, all heart tonight.
Bowie's free throw is good. He has 28. 5-point lead, 53-48 on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. 2:40 to play in regulation. Hobbs into the right corner to Larson. Bowie got a hand on it, deflected the pass away, and that's going to be a reach-in foul on Hess trying to get the ball back.
And that's going to be the 8th team foul on the Indians, only 4 for Pocatello in this half.
And for Tate, that's 3 fouls on him. It's going to send him to the free throw line to shoot the little gimmies and get back into the game.
Yep, 2:35 on the clock, and Hamblin will come in for Caden Larson.
So here's Parker Smith at the free throw line. He has not scored yet tonight. First one, no good. He missed the front end of the 1-and-1. Harris has the rebound there for the Indians. Bounce it to Hobbs. Go under 2.5 to play in regulation. Preston leading 53-48. It's a 5-point lead. They've had a lead in the closing moments of all 3 games so far, and have won none of them. Harris spinning down the paint. Can't get a shot. Now goes under Ontiveros, and no good. As Ontiveros has the rebound, Hess tried to reach for it, but wisely pulled his arm back as Bowie quickly back up in the front court. Splits the defense and lays it in.
Indians got to settle down here, run their stuff, get a good shot.
Jones has got 3 timeouts left, and he uses one right here. So timeout on the floor called by Preston. 1:52 to play in the 3-point game. 53-50. It's a full timeout, so we'll take it as well, as this timeout is brought to you by Magnolia Road. Ladies, stop in where you can improve your look. Check out their selections available in most sizes. It's Magnolia Road in downtown Preston. This is the Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team presentation of Preston Indian basketball. We'll be right back.
Protecting buyers and lenders in Cache Valley for over 40 years, Northern Title is the trusted name in the tri-state areas of Idaho, Utah, and Wyoming. The staff at Northern Title in Preston protect you from unknown complications like access issues, unpaid taxes, hidden liens, or easement restrictions. Choose the right title company. Choose to close with Northern Title of Preston. Good deeds done daily. Call today at 208-852-5700.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
So waiting for the Thunder to come back out in Boise, starting the fourth quarter. It's Melba 37, Westside 23.
So the Indians with their original starting five, except Cruz Harris in for Lords, who's fouled out.
I still don't think Hess has been out of the game yet tonight.
Yeah, boy, he's played a whale of a game too.
Jones into the front court. Give it to Harris. Harris fakes the handoff to Jones. Looks along the left corner, gives it back to Hobbs. Hobbs has it back to the top of the key. 1:35 to play in a three-point game. Hamlin.
Well, now you got to go.
Back to Harris. 5 on the clock, 4 on the clock. Got to get it back to Hamlin. Looks at a three. No good. Air ball. That's going to be a shot clock violation.
Boy, too bad. Even had he drawn some rim, the Indians had rebounders in position.
Here comes Larson back into the game as Hamlin will come out.
That three was heavily contested by two Pocatello players jumping out at him.
53-50, Preston on top on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. 1:23 to play. Here comes Vaughn into the front court. Vaughn pulls it back out, top of the key, gives it back to Bowie. Bowie with 30, elevates for another three. That's no good. Long rebound comes to Harris as he'll kind of slow it down. Bowie comes over and wraps both arms around him. And now the Indians have to get it out of the backcourt as Vaughn and Bowie double team. And Jones sees that and immediately calls a timeout. It's another full timeout. Under a minute to play in regulation. 59 seconds left. Preston leads by 3 as we take another timeout on this Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team presentation of Preston Indian basketball.
Hey ladies, when you're looking to freshen up your wardrobe, there is no need to travel to the big city shopping centers or the dreaded mall. Stay local and head to Magnolia Road in downtown Preston. They offer great prices on the cutest tops, bottoms, sweaters, shoes and boots, and other accessory items. And best of all, everything is size inclusive from small to 3XL. When you shop local, everything you spend stays right here in Preston and Franklin County. Magnolia Road, 27 South State Street in downtown Preston.
KACH, mylocalradio.com. KACH.
59 seconds left. 53-50. Preston leads by 3.
So with the lead in the ball, you do have a shot clock. There's 26 seconds to go on the shot clock. So you don't want to hurry, but you do have the lead. And hopefully you got to find a way to get a better shot than a long three right at the buzzer of the shot clock here.
As it comes in the backcourt, Hobbs has to go and get it. Back up into the front 47 as it comes to Hamlin. Hamlin at free throw line extended left. Back to Harris, top of the key. Bounce it inside to Hess. Good move. Hess, little air ball, unfortunately, from about 3 feet. Bowie has it, runs up the court quickly, all the way, lay it up and in. 1 point lead with 39 seconds left. Bowie now with 32 in the game. Here comes Hobbs into the front court, and a reach-in foul called against Kessler Vaughn.
I'm not sure he meant to do that. Pokey did have a foul to give. That's just their 5th team foul.
Ball out of bounds to the Indians, 53-52.
You know, I like that last possession. Hess has won that battle against Oliveros almost all night. Just couldn't come up with that one.
Jones breaks to the backcourt to get it. Vaughn follows him back there. Shot clock is off.
No, I think they fouled that one.
As they foul that time. They got to be able to send Preston to the free throw line. They still have one more foul to give. That's only 6.
And the game clock and the shot clock both read 28.
Yeah, because the shot clock is off.
Yep.
So Preston still leads by a point. They don't have to shoot. Jones almost falls down. Harris gets it to Hess, and then Hess is fouled. on the inbound pass as Hales came to meet the pass and ran into Hess. So Hess will go to the free throw line to shoot 1 and 1. If he makes them both, it's still only a 1-possession game. 27 seconds left. Preston will send Caden Lords back all the way back to the other end to play defense. Here's Tate Hess at the line. He's got 23 in the game. Makes the first. Gives him 24.
Great.
It's a 2-point game.
Timely.
Hess makes this one. A three-pointer will not beat you. He does. Hess with 25. It's a 3-point game. Bowie into the front court. Vaughn has it in the corner. Timeout Pocatello with 23 seconds left. 55-52 on this Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team presentation of Preston Indian basketball. We'll take a timeout and we'll be right back.
Folks have many reasons to visit Casper, Wyoming every year, whether it's work, high school sports and activities, a romantic getaway, or business meetings. The best place to stay when you're in Casper is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. A beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, a pool, fitness center, and a fabulous indoor atrium. You can also reserve meeting rooms for your next event, and each stay includes an extended continental breakfast. Reserve your rooms today at the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper, Wyoming. Call 307-472-6300.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
So it's a 3-point game. The thing to be careful of, if they do get a 3 to tie the game, you need to be careful on the inbounds pass because they will set up and then a man will turn and pressure the ball and they'll try to take the ball away. They've done that a number of times.
Yeah, and as we've talked about, Bowie jumps really high on his three-point shot, and he jumps forward. Don't foul the three-point shooter. Now, the Indians have 18 fouls, so the next foul will still just be a 1-and-1 should they foul the Thunder here.
3-point game. Vaughn will bring it in on the sideline here in the front court. Sideline nearest us. Throw it in the backcourt to Bowie. Bowie wants to drive all the way into the paint. Lay it up. He missed it. Hess with the rebound, and they foul him. Hess is going to go back to the free throw line with 16 seconds left, and Preston already leads by 3.
Hess with a good contest without fouling. Bowie probably should have dunked that thing, Dan. He can certainly jump high enough to do that, and tried to lay it up and just laid it up and off the rim.
Now, it's 1-and-1. If Hess makes the first, it becomes a 2-possession game.
And then you really don't foul.
Hess to the free throw line. The first one. Good. 56-52. Hess will try another one. Good again. He has 27 in the game. It's a 5-point lead. Here comes Bowie into the front court. He'll elevate for a 3. No good. It's tapped out. Bowie gets it back. He's got another 3. That's no good. Rebound again. Back to Bowie in the paint. Slam dunk with 3, with 2, with 1, and the game is over.
The Indians rush the floor in jubilation. Heck of a win for the Preston Indians at the pit. One of the toughest places to get a win in this or the last few years.
Indians outscored Pocatello 15-9 in the fourth and win it by the final score of 57-52. Preston advances to the district championship game coming up next week. We'll tell you about that, and we'll talk about this game more on the Ralph's Construction postgame show coming up next. Tonight's game has been brought to you by West Motors, your only stop for new or used cars in Preston and in Logan. Stokes Market True Value with the freshest meat and produce in town. Webb Funeral Home, serving Preston and surrounding communities since 1925. Ralph's Construction, building homes in the Blue Sage Park area of Preston. Franklin County Medical Center, with the finest care you'll receive in all of the Cache Valley. Preston Auto Parts CarQuest, with all the parts you need for your car to keep it running strong. Naylor Insurance, for home, health, life, and auto from Mutual of Enumclaw. Procon Homes, building quality multifamily homes across the West. By Les Schwab Tires, stop in and see the tire experts on Main Street in North Logan. North Star's Ultimate Outdoors, get ready for your next outdoor adventure at North Star's Ultimate Outdoors in Preston. Evergreen Financial, when planning your future, trust the experts at Evergreen Financial in Preston. Level 10 Life, reach your next level in life with their life coaching sessions. Farm Bureau Insurance, the Smith Agency. Don't leave the things that matter to chance. Call Farm Bureau Insurance, the Smith Agency today. Northern Title, the trusted name in the tri-state area. And by Papa J's Deli and Jerky in Clifton. Now stay tuned for the Ralph's Construction Postgame Show, coming up next.
Are you looking to buy or sell a home but confused where to even begin the process? Come to the most trusted and longest established real estate group in Franklin County with Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team.
We've been a proud part of this community since 1979 when my dad, Scott Beckstead, began here in Preston. Since our founding, we've come to know the importance of honesty and promoting a community of giving back. Contact me, Bailey Beckstead, and our team at Beckstead Real Estate for all your real estate needs, buying, selling, or renting.
Folks have many reasons to visit Casper, Wyoming every year, whether it's work, high school sports and activities, a romantic getaway, or business meetings. The best place to stay when you're in Casper is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. A beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, a pool, fitness center, and a fabulous indoor atrium. You can also reserve meeting rooms for your next event, and each stay includes an extended continental breakfast. Reserve your rooms today at the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper, Wyoming. Call 307-472-6300.
Across the FM airwaves, we're heard at 105.5. On the far-reaching AM dial, we're at 1340. And on the internet at mylocalradio.com. Wherever you find us, we are KACH, Preston, Smithfield, Logan.
It's time for the Preston Indians postgame show. Coming up, we'll recap the just completed game, take a look at the final stats, and a look at what's ahead for the Preston teams. The postgame show is brought to you by Ralph's Construction, building quality designer homes in the Blue Sage Park area of Preston. For more information, call 435-232-1837. Well, welcome back here to the postgame show, brought to you by Ralph's Construction, building homes in the Blue Sage Park area of Preston. Call for more information at 435-232-1837. Too bad they don't give out paid attendance for high school basketball games,
Right.
Lyle. There was probably between 2,500 and 3,000 people here in the old pit tonight, and what a game they saw.
Yeah, what a ball game, closely contested throughout. The biggest lead for either team was Preston, I think, with 8 in that fourth quarter. And this time, unlike the prior 2 times these teams matched up, Preston managed to hold on to that lead. Tate Hess hits 4 clutch free throws in the last 2 minutes, and the Indians come away with a win here at the pit against a Pocatello team with only 1 loss on the season coming in.
All year long, the Indians have looked to Hess to try to stem the tide with 15, 16 games now in double figures. I assume he probably had another double-double tonight, which will be his 4th of the year. And he basically took on Bowie point for point tonight and really kept Preston in the game.
Yeah, as we talked about, I don't think Hess came out of the game. What a great ball game for him. You know, from a young man who probably grew about 3 or 4 inches between his sophomore year and his senior year. Of course, his older brother was a fine center for Preston as well. But great moment for Tate Hess, the 6'7" senior center here tonight for the Indians.
So just when the Indians needed to win the most, after losing 5 in a row to Pocatello over the last 2 years, they finally come up with a victory here tonight, and they punched their ticket to the district championship game, which will be at Preston Gym next Thursday night.
Exactly. That's one of the most critical things about it. It does shift home court now to Preston. Now, so Pocatello and Century will play because they each have one loss.
They'll play on Tuesday.
And we can't assume Pokey will win that game, but you probably get Pokey at home now. And of course, you always try to play a little better at home and do a little better with home. So great win tonight for Preston. Still wood to be chopped. The horses are not in the barn, whatever analogy you want to use, but great win and a great first step towards trying to make it back to the state tournament for this Preston Indian team.
One last thing to mention about that, whoever survives the game between Pocatello and Century on Tuesday, they will now have to beat Preston twice to advance to the state tournament.
True double elimination tournament.
So 57-52 the final on the Les Schwab Tire Logan North scoreboard. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll look at the stats right after this. If you're looking for someplace new as you head into your golden years, look into the tradition of quality designer homes built by Ralph's Construction in the Blue Sage Park area of Preston. Working in Phase 3 now, with Phase 4 starting soon, these homes can be built to a floor plan that you desire, or Ralph's Construction has other options that you're sure to fall in love with. Call today for more information, 435-232-1837. Now is the time to plan for the finest home of your lifetime. Ralph's Construction, 435-232-1837.
Webb Funeral Home is proud to be the leading provider of funeral services in northern Cache Valley, including southeast Idaho, for almost 100 years. We are a full-service mortuary offering the highest quality services with very affordable pricing. We have plans to meet everyone's budget, from traditional funeral services to graveside services and cremation options. We gladly provide free insurance coverage review, quality headstones and monuments, as well as funeral transcriptions. Let us answer any questions you might have by calling us at 208-852-0533. Webb Funeral Home, a trusted name in funeral service since 1925.
Are you looking to buy or sell a home but confused where to even begin the process? Come to the most trusted and longest established real estate group in Franklin County with Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team.
We've been a proud part of this community since 1979 when my dad, Scott Beckstead, began here in Preston. Since our founding, we've come to know the importance of honesty and promoting a community of giving back. Contact me, Bailey Beckstead, and our team at Beckstead Real Estate for all your real estate needs, buying, selling, or renting.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Well, welcome back here to the postgame show, as this time, third game in a row, Lyle, Preston had a lead within the last 3 or 4 minutes of the game, and this time they're able to hang on to it.
Yeah, we talked about in pregame, do those little things, make those free throws, hang on to the ball, and Hess came up with, he went 4 for 4 from the line those last 2 minutes, huge for the Indians. And they come out with a win and really get a leg up now in the district tournament.
So let's look at the stats from tonight's game, brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance, the Smith Agency. Don't leave the things that matter to you to chance. Call Farm Bureau Insurance, the Smith Agency today, or stop by their office at 33 South 1st East in Preston. Their phone number is 208-852-2364. What a night for Julian Bowie, unfortunately in the loss as he led all scorers in the game. Bowie finished with 32. Crew Hales had 9 in the game. Mason Zweigert had 2. Kessler Vaughn finished with 3 in the game. It was 4 points for Logan Rogers and just 2 points for Gage Ontiveros, who was in and out of the lineup most of the night with foul trouble again.
Yeah, for the Preston Indians, Dan, just to recap the overall scoring, the Indians were up 11-10 at the end of 1. They were up 31-27 at half. At the end of 3, Pocatello took the lead. They're up 43-42. Then the Indians outscore them by a score of 14-12 in that fourth quarter and win 57-54. Actually, math not being my strong suit, it's the other way around. Individual scoring, though, for the Indians, Dan. Cam Hobbs, boy, he barely played with that foul trouble. He goes 1 for 3 for 2 points. Drew Jones hit a huge 3 in that fourth quarter. He goes 0 for 1 on 2s, 1 for 5 on 3s for 3 big points. Tate Hess, the man of the match, so to speak, for the Indians. I have him with 26 points tonight, on 10 for 17 from the field and 6 for 8 from the line. And I have him with at least 11 rebounds as well, so Hess notches another double-double. Cade Lords had 5 points on 2 for 3 shooting and 1 for 1 from the line. Several hustle plays, tie-up balls, tips. Great job by Lords tonight. Will Hamblin had 2 threes. He goes 2 for 6 for 6 points. Cruz Harris came off the bench for the Indians. He has 9 points on 4 for 7 and 1 for 3 from the line. And Caden Larson provided 5 points off the bench. He goes 1 for 2 and 1 for 5 from the 3-point line. If we look at team scoring totals and percentages, the Indians go 18 for 33 on 2s, 4 for 16 on 3s, and 8 for 12 from the free throw line. Interesting, Dan, they took the exact same number of threes, 16 threes, just like they did last time we played Pokey. You make 4 instead of 1, that certainly helps, and going 8 for 12 from the line certainly helps. The last play of the game was a dunk by Bowie, meaningless as it turns out, but in any event, it cuts the margin of the final score to 3. But the Indians pull out a nice win here over Pocatello.
57-54 the final. We'll come back with some final thoughts and wrap it up from here at the pit in Pocatello right after this.
Whether it's your vehicle, home, business, or even life, protecting the things that matter most shouldn't be left to chance. At Farm Bureau, the Smith Agency, everything that is important to you is important to us. That's why our office and agents are united to protect your future and give you peace of mind today. I'm Brittany Smith. As your local Farm Bureau agents, my husband Braden and I would love to customize and simplify plans that are unique to you and what you care about. Stop in today and see how Farm Bureau can make insurance simple for you.
If you're looking for someplace new as you head into your golden years, look into the tradition of quality designer homes built by Ralph's Construction in the Blue Sage Park area of Preston. Working in Phase 3 now, with Phase 4 starting soon, these homes can be built to a floor plan that you desire, or Ralph's Construction has other options that you're sure to fall in love with. Call today for more information, 435-232-1837. Now is the time to plan for the finest home of your lifetime. Ralph's Construction, 435-232-1837. Crumble Cookies, the nation's fastest growing cookie company, is here in the Cache Valley, offering freshly baked cookies for carryout, delivery, or curbside pickup. Just download the Crumble app or visit their website.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Well, back here on the postgame show, once again, the schedule upcoming now for the district tournament, the remainder. Game 3 of the tournament will be Pocatello and Century. That'll be Tuesday night at 7 o'clock, and that will be back here at the pit in Pocatello. So then the winner, the survivor of that game, will move to Game 4, which is the first game of the finals, if you will, of the district tournament, and that will be next Thursday night. And that'll be the winner of that Pocatello Century game facing the Indians back over at Preston Gym on Thursday at 7 p.m.
Yeah, and I know people may get a little tired of hearing it, but it's really a darn shame that both Preston and Pocatello can't both make the state tournament this year. They've been 2 and 3 in the polls all year out of the 25 or however many 4A teams there are. Clearly, in my mind anyways, I'm a little biased, these are 2 of the best 3. And frankly, they both ought to be at the state tournament. So that part's a darn shame. Now, having said that, what a great win for Preston tonight. Now have a chance to defend their home floor. If they can pick up a win next Thursday, they'll punch their ticket to the state tournament.
So a great game, 2 great teams, and they play their 3rd incredible game right down to the wire this year. And Preston able to hang on to a lead late at this time and win the game that really mattered as it gets them into the district championship, and they're 1 win away from going to the state.
Yeah, always hard to beat a team 3 times, and that came to fruition tonight as well. But, we talked about it. In all 3 games, Preston's had an 8-point lead late into the second half. This time they hold on. And, Bowie is really missing his running mate from last year, Ryan Payne, who is an outstanding player. And no offense to any of the other Pocatello players, but Payne really killed us last year, too, along with Bowie. Bowie did everything he could, but Preston comes out with a nice big win here tonight.
Well, good win for the Indians. Good to see you. Thanks for making the drive over, and we'll see you Thursday night back at Preston Gym.
We'll be there. Thank you.
So that'll be our next broadcast for the Preston Indians. That'll be next Thursday night. Pre-game show at 6:30, tip-off at 7, as the Indians will take on the winner of the game between Pocatello and Century coming up Tuesday night here at the Pit. So that'll wrap up our coverage for tonight. The executive producer of KACH Radio Sports is Val Cook. Our associate producer is Cody Olson. Our studio coordinator tonight has been John Beverly. We'll remind you of the final score as Preston wins it 57-54. Until next time, for Lyle Fuller, I'm Dan Hubbard, saying thanks for joining us tonight on this Bailey Beckstead Real Estate Team presentation of Preston Indian basketball here on KACH and on mylocalradio.com. Until next time, from the Pit here at Pocatello High School, good night, everybody.
Thank you for listening to the Preston Indians postgame show. This broadcast has been a production of Preston Broadcasting, LLC, and was intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Use of any portion of this production, its accounts or descriptions, in whole or in part, may not be used or rebroadcast without the express written permission of Preston Broadcasting, LLC.